Alrighty, folks. Thanks so much for tuning in to Real Talks with Chris Seward. I got my buddy here, Justin, my brother here.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks so much for coming on. Real Talks, where we interview ordinary people who live extraordinary lives, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. And this man is anything. He is everything. He is the man, the myth, the legend. He is the one and only who can shoot threes out of Excelsior Springs.
I don't live in Excelsior.
I no longer live in Excelsior. I was talking about the community center, man. I'm trying to
Wherever.
hype you up, man.
I shoot everywhere.
It doesn't matter where he is. He's shooting threes. The one and only Justin Smallwood, everybody. Thanks so much for coming on.
That was a hell of an intro.
Thanks so much for coming on,
appreciate
dude.
that.
Now, you mentioned something about this goat here before we talked about this.
It resembled LeBron, I think. It looked a lot like LeBron to me.
I was wondering just how you got it. It might sound like LeBron when he flops, might sound like it, but I think you got to go with Jordan here as the GOAT, man. You got to go with Jordan, dude.
There's no shot.
He's 6-0 in the finals, man.
Okay. LeBron's been there 10 times, 9 straight, right? Yeah. He's won, how many? 4? He's got 4?
I don't know.
He got that one back from Cleveland, 40,000 points. Come on, bro. 10,000 rebounds, 10,000 assists. Only player to ever do that, bro. Most playoff points.
There's a difference between being dominant and not being dominant.
But there's also a difference in who they were dominating.
And
also LeBron did dominate.
Look at the people LeBron had to go against, A
lot better than the guys Jordan was playing.
Larry Bird, he had to go against all those other. It's
Larry Bird. How many would Larry Bird average right now? What would his game look like in today's game? Versus
I think
guys doing everything that they're doing right now.
I think he might look a little bit better but you got to remember though, there was no defense. Or there is no defense currently, and there was defense back in the 1990s, dude.
Yeah, but who was playing the defense? Nobody's. Trash cans.
No, man.
I would have
got a great.
Yes or no? I would have averaged 8.5 in the 80s.
I don't know, dude. I don't know.
I would have been in the league average 8.5.
But
in
regardless,
drop me in the 80s right now.
Nonetheless, we got a great show for y'all today here. We're going to be talking about some NBA stuff. We're going to be talking about what you do, man, for your work. We're going to be talking about some real things, real talks, nothing less than anything but real. So let's go ahead and get started here. Why don't you tell us what you do for a living, man?
I work at QCD. It's a distribution company. I'm a supervisor there at the warehouse.
And you recently just became supervisor, right?
Like 3 months ago,
Yeah. That's pretty awesome, dude. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's
Appreciate that. Yeah.
Pretty cool. When it comes to leading a group of people, right, supervising a group of people, what do you think is the most important quality of being a good supervisor, a good boss?
I think for my job specifically, handling different personalities and like understanding who works well with who. Yeah. Because I have a lot of different, I'll have 3 different teams of people that I have to delegate jobs to. So I have to figure out who works well together. So I think just figuring out personalities, how well they gel together is probably one of the more important things. Yeah. Knowing your people, basically, I would say.
Being able to relate to different people, being able to work with different people, right? You know?
Sure.
I will say this, I think when it comes to being a good leader, you have to be a good team player. I will say
for sure.
I will say I don't think Michael Jordan was the best team player.
Right. He's just gonna lose.
I will admit that. I'm gonna be bringing this back up to you.
Yeah, LeBron's got over 10,000 assists. How many does Jordan have?
LeBron is quite the team player. I will admit that.
It's a game of basketball. But who's the best basketball player of all time?
Of all time? That you've ever talking about the best player?
The best basketball player of all time.
I'm a fan of Kobe personally, so you gotta go Kobe Bryant there. Mamba
who's
mentality.
Who's the second best basketball player you think of all time?
Well, it depends. So how are we judging this here?
Do you know the game of basketball?
Going off of this, I'm pretty familiar
You've played,
with it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we've played. Yeah.
So you can watch basketball and know who's the better basketball player.
How about I give top 5, no order, okay? Top 5, no order.
Yeah, sure.
Okay?
Go ahead.
I'm gonna include Kobe Bryant. There, you got to include Michael Jordan in there. You may not like that, but I'm gonna include him.
No, yeah, he's in the same spot I have him.
I'm gonna throw LeBron in there. That's okay. I'll put LeBron in that conversation. Allen Iverson, and then you gotta go Steph.
Allen Iverson and Steph.
And Steph. 5. Yeah. That's not my top 5 starting lineup.
No, but best basketball players.
But best basketball players.
Okay.
Maybe Shaquille O'Neal.
You don't think that Magic Johnson's a better basketball player than Steph Curry?
He's better with assists, better
basketball player.
I think that I'd value Steph's range though, dude.
I would value Michael or Magic Johnson's 6'9" athleticism.
Man. I don't know, man. He is an athletic guy.
He can still shoot it.
I don't know, man. Steph Curry's got to be there too. But speaking of
Steph's
NBA,
the second, for sure. Steph right behind Magic.
He has to, dude. He has to. Speaking of which, though, okay, this brings us to our trivia question of the day. Okay. So here we go. Trivia question time right there.
All right, I'm gonna open Google real quick.
All right. Who was the only team to defeat the Boston Celtics at home in 1985 to 1986 season? Do you know?
I don't.
And if you do know in the comments, feel free to drop
But I'll
them.
give a guess, right? Because it's obviously a Western Conference team who was good in, what do you say, 85, 86?
Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
Who was good in the West?
See, this is a really tough question here.
It's not. I just don't know.
I
don't know anything about like standings or who. You know.
Yeah.
Fine. I only know current basketball. So
yeah. I'm gonna give you a hint. I'm gonna give you a hint. Okay?
All right, give me a hint.
Damian Lillard. He used to play for this team.
So the Trailblazers?
Yeah, the Portland Trailblazers.
Okay.
That was basically gave it away. Essentially gave it away.
So Clyde Drexler was on that team, right?
Yeah,
was it Clyde Drexler
so,
team?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That
makes sense.
Now here's another question for you. Okay, we're gonna do another one. See if you can get this one. Okay.
All right.
This probably I'm actually.
Hey, I
more
got that
partial
one.
to- Yeah,
That's
here
his
we go.
fault. It's too
Trivia
easy.
question here. Okay. All right. Who is the only NBA team to have multiple finals appearances and have never lost a finals game?
I mean, the Bulls have never won other than the Jordan runs, right? So this is Chicago Bulls.
Yeah, hey, he got it, folks. Ding, 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 ding,
That's
ding.
an easy
He
one.
even had to admit Michael Jordan there. So there we go. We love to see it.
He is 6-0.
Hey, we had to. Yeah. So I want to talk about some more about you, right?
Okay.
So before Kansas City, right? You moved here. Remind me when you moved here.
September of 2010.
September 2010, and before that, you're in Michigan, right?
Yep.
Okay, why don't you tell us a little bit about Michigan, man? He is a Detroit Lions fan, so disclaimer, it's a pretty rough life sometimes.
It's been good recently.
It has been
other
good
than
recently.
week one.
It has been.
But last season it was a good season.
Yeah.
We choked in the playoffs again, but whatever. I'm from Flint, Michigan.
Yeah.
I was born in Lansing, but my family lived in Flint at the time.
Yeah.
I grew up there.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not a Michiganite person here, okay? But
Okay.
that's the proper term.
Michiganian.
Michiganian. There you go. But on the hand here, okay.
On the
where is the
Flint's like right here.
Okay. So you're not the peninsula. You're the Flint's right there. I gotta tell you, man. I wish Missouri we could refer to it on like a hand, dude. I don't think you can do that, man. Like a trapezoid.
I don't know any
what
other
we're gonna do,
geography,
like
by the way.
this, like
I literally just know
it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work.
That's it.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome, man. Okay.
Yeah.
So you moved here back in 2010 and did some. He actually did Scholar Bowl for
I did.
a portion of time. Yeah.
4-year Letterman and Scholar Bowl.
Yeah. Varsity, by the way. He was varsity.
Freshman through senior year.
Yeah. All 4 years. I can tell you, I was not a freshman varsity person.
But you were in there, man.
We had a run.
We played a little JV together, though.
We did have a little one, dude. We did have a little
JV
bit there.
tournament together.
Did have a little bit there, but let me ask you this question. So when it comes to basketball, when it comes to Scholar Bowl, right? Because I think a lot of people give Scholar Bowl a bad rap, but it's a tough thing. It's not always.
It's
easy.
a bunch of nerds for sure.
Yeah.
But it was fun for me.
But let me ask you this question: when it comes to sports and it comes to things like Scholar Bowl, right? What similarities do they have in the sense of team building, in the sense of trying to compete, to be your best,
I think that's in any you can do it with any sport, really.
Yeah.
I think it's just human nature to be competitive.
Yeah.
Obviously not everyone's competitive, but I think that and the teamwork is completely separate. Because I know a lot of people that are some of the best competitors that are very bad teammates. So I don't think those things necessarily go hand in hand. But for the teamwork aspect of it, I think I think understanding who you're playing with, like the roles that they can achieve. You know what I mean? Things like that help with team building.
Let me ask you this question: would you rather be successful as a player or be known as a good teammate?
I'd rather be successful as a player for sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm only a supervisor for the money. I'm not there. I'm not there for the teamwork.
Yeah. So he's saying I'm taking the ball.
Yeah. I want the
taking that ball.
I want the final shot
win.
for sure. Yeah. And if I miss and lose, whatever.
Yeah.
I'd rather look good and lose than look bad and win for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I gotta tell you, man, that sounds like a Michael Jordan answer to me personally.
That's 100% from my LeBron Duffy for sure.
Yeah,
I pulled it from my LeBron archives.
Outside of flopping, LeBron was the better team player, But I don't know.
Yeah, I think Jordan flopped a decent amount too, and I also think it's part of basketball. Try to make a play. LeBron gets fouled a lot and doesn't get called, so sometimes you just gotta let him know.
Yeah. That's fair. Yeah. Well, let me ask you this question then: what makes a good team player?
What makes a good team player?
Yeah.
Man, I think it's the same thing I've been saying, man. Just understanding your team.
Yeah.
I think that's the most important thing because, otherwise you're going to have a lot of problems. I think that for me, like, 40% of my job is handling like internal issues, like conflicts with people, and when I can handle them within 5 minutes, just with a conversation with both of them together, because I understand like where each of them are coming from, it makes it a lot easier. Yeah. But also, I it's a job that I worked at for 4 years before I became a supervisor, so it's one that I did every aspect of. So it's also easy for me to connect with them that way too, because I've done the same job they have. So I think that helps a lot too.
Someone that's not in sports, right?
Okay.
So kind of going off what you're saying for your job and stuff, how can they translate that?
Oh, for sports?
Not for sports, but for what they're doing in life, right? So we talk about knowing your team, knowing your players, right?
I think a big part of all that is confidence.
Confidence.
You have to have confidence in yourself and confidence in those guys that I talked about understanding. You know? If you don't, then what are you doing? You know what I mean? If you don't think you can achieve what your guys' goal is, then why are you even going after it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whether that's sports or in life or anything else.
So let's talk about life, man. Let's talk about tell me about a time that you had to use your team to overcome something challenging for you. That you had to work as a team to do something.
Honestly, I've never had any challenges working with teams. Yeah. We've always achieved our goal pretty successfully. Any team I've ever worked on, to be honest.
Well, no.
Rings, school projects, at work, we just smash it all the time.
Yeah.
100%. I'm 100% on goals achieved.
Folks. This man right here is Mr. Confidence himself here, okay? All I'm saying is, like, so I'm going to give you an example, right?
Okay.
For me personally, when it comes to teamwork, and it comes to working as a team, I think you have to understand that in life you can't tackle it by yourself.
Yeah.
If you try to go at it with no support system, you try to go at life with just doing it on your own, you're going to hurt yourself,
I think that that's something that I learned at a very young age, just because of how I grew up. I didn't grow up in like a team setting, you know what I'm saying, like a traditional family or anything. We're in a traditional setting, so a lot of things I had to learn on my own solo, and I understood how hard that was from an early age. I had to become an adult early, so relying on people and being a team player is something that I'm big on, because it's got me through everything since then. Yeah. So like I think that's why it's so easy for me. It comes naturally for me. Is just like I've already went through as a kid just all the things solo, like and experienced life solo, a lot more life than I should have. You know what I mean? Yeah. I've experienced more in my first 13 years of life than I have since, to be honest. Wow. But since then, rely on other people. They definitely get you through. So,
what would you say is your biggest piece of advice if you could give a piece of advice to your younger self or to someone who's in your shoes today, right, like a young kid? What would that advice be?
I mean, it's cliche, but I think just keep going. Like, there's always something else. You think that this is it, the situation you're in. It's really hard to look past that or outside of it. Yeah. But if you can get to that place and just have that confidence that it's going to change, see it through, and just go after something that you love. Yeah, I think it'll work out.
So I like to ask people on my show this all the time and stuff, and you can see in your microphone, we got resilience, purpose, transcendence.
I told you that before too. Yeah, I really like this.
That's kind of one of our mantras, at Upward and Onward, and I feel like a lot of people, when it comes to their why in life, right? If I were to ask a person, what their reason why is, what their purpose is, right? A lot of people might know the alma mater of their high school. They might know the slogan, the scout motto, things like that. But when you ask them, what's your mantra in life? What's your motto, right? What's your reason why? What's your reason why?
I think to love, to spread kindness.
Yeah.
I think that a lot of people get too wrapped up in material things, and I think that just being happy with what you're doing and in life can go a long way.
Yeah.
With nothing, I've been happier than I have been with the most that I've had, Yeah. So just find moments of happiness and trying to find more of that, get to where you're happy. I think that's the
How would you define happiness for a person?
When I figure that out, when I actually figure that out, I'll let you guys know. I'm still young. I'm still trying to figure it out.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
But I think just surround yourself in places of growth.
Yeah.
Is a big thing. I think that when you feel like you're the smartest person in the room, you should probably find a different room. I think that's something that, like, I don't know, always grow, always try to if something does make you happy, pursue that.
Yeah.
Maybe not directly, maybe you have to find a different route, but there's ways to still achieve that in your life, and I think that just chase happiness.
Yeah. For me, I think happiness is a matter of perspective. If you look at happiness as a destination, you're always going to be chasing it.
No, it's a mindset.
It is a mindset, 100%. And you gotta love who you're with, and you gotta learn to enjoy the moment itself. If you're Allen Iverson over here chasing that ring every single day, right? Guess what? He's retired now. He's still probably thinking about that ring he couldn't get, right? or to quote Post Malone, like that ring I never won. So.
Shout out White Iverson.
Yeah, White Iverson.
I'm
Great
the real
song,
White Iverson, by the way.
Yeah, this, honestly speaking, if there was ever a White Iverson, quite honestly, it would be Justin.
It's me.
Yeah, I mean, he is the guy. If we even had a hoop here, I would be afraid to get on it because he's that good. We do have a mini hoop. We do. It's somewhere around here. I don't know where it went.
You guys want exclusive 1v1 basketball content?
We could. We're not going to do it on this show this time, but you never know what comes up here. But, yeah, man. No, I really love that, though, dude. I love that. And, kind of like going back to the whole basketball analogy, like you can't be chasing after finals MVP. Like, yes, by all means, pursue what you want in life, right? Mm-hmm. Pursue what you're passionate about. But also remember to enjoy it with your teammates and to make sure you're enjoying the game itself, Because if you're not enjoying the game, you're not enjoying the game of life, you're never going to find that ring. I think that's a big kicker. So okay. So on that note, I want to ask you here: what are your thoughts on the NBA coming up this season? Are we going to see SGA dominate again, or do we got other contenders?
I think that the Detroit Pistons won the NBA Finals. Yeah.
Here. I don't know about that, dude.
I think it's going to be the Detroit Pistons versus the Houston Rockets, and the Detroit Pistons are going to win in 6.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm calling that out.
Wow. So we're locking that in.
Yep.
Okay. So for all the people that do sports betting, not that we're
what day is it? So
promoting it here. Okay.
This is before
it is the Detroit Pistons versus the Houston Rockets.
September 13th.
September 13th. Okay. All right.
I'm taking Detroit over Houston in 6.
Detroit over Houston
to win the finals.
I don't know about that, man. I don't know. I mean, I just Oklahoma City.
Cade Cunningham, NBA MVP, Finals MVP.
Can we talk about like how did the Thunder get so lucky to get all these people?
And they still have so many draft picks.
And they have so much draft capital still. Like, it's actually crazy to see, And we got SGA over here,
I have no idea how they did it, but they did it.
I don't know. But, if you're a GM out there in the NBA, start taking notes, please, okay? Because we can't let Oklahoma City just dominate. Like,
I don't know, though, because, like, Dallas is going to be good still. They're going to be better, honestly.
So I'm going to tell you a story about Dallas, Cat. Okay. I used to actually, because, like, when you live in Kansas City, like, you can't root for the Kings because they left your city. So they're kind of like your ex-wife.
You root for the Mavs because you look like Luka.
I love the Mavs. Yeah, keyword, loved. Okay?
He loves Luka.
Loved the Mavs, okay? But when they got rid of Luka, man, like, we just broke up. The Bulls were also a secondary team of mine because I just love the Bulls and love Derrick Rose and, also Michael Jordan, even though he was playing before I was born. But still, you got to respect greatness. But so for me, like, when they got rid of Luka, I was like, we're cutting ties. We're not playing here.
So you're a Lakers fan now?
I'm a Luka fan, okay? Yeah. I'm not
I will say Kansas City deserves a team.
That we do. And
if they got one, I would have courtside home tickets.
Oh, I would buy season tickets in a heartbeat. Yeah. I don't know what I would have to do to afford them, but I would afford them somehow.
I'm going to need those for the first season.
By any means necessary, man. I don't know about any means necessary. That would
any means. I would kill somebody for those tickets for sure.
Oh boy!
If anyone knows how to hide a body, let me know.
Yeah. Okay. So your take is the Pistons over the Rockets.
Yeah.
Game 6.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Cade Cunningham, NBA MVP, Finals MVP.
We'll see about that, man. We'll see. I do want to talk about 2 more things before we're leaving here. Okay. So the first one I want to kind of talk about, building off of basketball more, right? Mm-hmm. If you could have your all-time starting 5.
Are we doing like under like a realistic salary cap scenario?
No,
or like
no salary cap. Anybody?
Okay. At 1, I'm taking Magic Johnson.
Wow. Magic Johnson at the 1.
Yeah. At 2, I'm taking Jordan.
Say that name again, please.
Michael Jordan.
Okay, Michael Jordan. Jordan for those who.
Michael Jordan.
Yeah. Okay. So we got.
At the 3, I'm taking Bron, my sunshine, the GOAT.
Your glorious
my
king, LeBron.
Light. Yeah.
Your glorious king.
My glorious king.
Okay.
At the 4, See, this is where it gets interesting.
So this is where you're in the post. Okay, this is where you're in the paint. For
At the
those that
5,
aren't
I'm
familiar.
taking Shaq.
Okay,
At
so
the
Shaq's
4,
at 5. Shaq-a-roni. Okay.
At the 4, I'm taking Timmy D. Duncan.
Tim Duncan. Okay. I like that.
Timothy Duncan.
I like that. That's an acceptable starting 5. Okay.
Thank you.
I think you got to, I respect the Magic Johnson take, but honestly, I'm going to go a different direction here because I'm going to go Steph Curry at the 1. You got to. Plus, I'll put.
Don't have to.
We're going to put Steph Curry at the 1. I'm going to put Michael Jordan at the 2. Okay. I'm going to have, LeBron at the 3. Okay. Yep. But here's the thing: LeBron can kind of be like your point forward. He can kind of be like
almost
your
like he's the greatest basketball player.
But my point is that you don't need Magic if you got LeBron to facilitate the ball. So
why not have both?
Well, I mean, you can only have so many chefs in the kitchen, so know. So here we go. So we're gonna go LeBron at the 3. Okay. I'm gonna give you a little curveball. Okay, we're gonna go. I'm gonna go a little bit more recent here. Giannis Antetokounmpo at number 4.
That's a good call.
I like Giannis.
I thought you were gonna say Dirk.
I was actually really thinking about Dirk. I really was. Probably one of the greatest finals runs of all time.
I almost said Dirk.
And then 5. I'm gonna go Jokic. I know that people love Shaq.
Shaq is eating Jokic.
Oh no, man. Oh no.
Prime for prime. Shaq is eating Jokic.
All right.
For breakfast.
For breakfast and lunch and dinner too.
Yeah.
And lunch and dinner. I don't know, folks. But let us know what you guys think. The last thing I do want to leave off with today. First off, thank you so much for being on the show, man. I appreciate it so much, dude. It's been great, dude. Last thing I want to leave on the show here, man. What is one piece of advice you have to the person today watching this show? And don't say keep going because you already said that.
I was gonna say something crazy, but I can't.
Yeah. No, say it. This is real talk.
Not for this podcast. It was a joke. One piece of advice.
For
just anyone in the world.
For any person right now.
Everybody
the person
listening.
watching this podcast right now.
Be yourself.
I love that.
There you go.
All right. Well, folks, thank you so much
You
for
can cut
being
this
on
out
here.
later. I was gonna say just get money. Thanks for having me.
Thank you all for being on the show. We'll see you guys later.